Who is the person they call the cornerback terminator coming out of the 2023 class? Yours truly, Coach Kevin Bull Jones. I'll give you that. Starting shortly. Welcome to Coach One Sports. Coach Jones back again, still on vacation, but I'm enjoying myself with family, friends, enjoying Destin, Florida. Great place to be. Shout out, while I have a chance, shout out to the great folks down there. The Dolce Vita, the Dolce Vita Beach Services, been awesome. Nick Green, associate work down there, helped me out. I had the best tents, the best tables, the best chairs, everything. And also shout out to Sarah Martin, waitress at Crab Trap Restaurant right there on the beach. Some of y'all got a chance to see some of my other shows. That were one of my other shows that I put out that was right there on the beach, sitting there, just drinking some Kool-Aid, as I call it, and enjoying the scenery, sun, and fun. Thank you, Sarah Martin, Nick Green. And shout out to Simona from the Mermaid's Place Airbnb. Boy, a beautiful setup. You all have got to check this stuff out. It's beautiful down here in Destin. It's beautiful, y'all. You got to come see it. Great, quiet place, family fun with the friends. Check it out sometime. All right, now, let's talk about football. There is a terminator in the high school class, cornerbacks, 2023 class. He has been thought of as the number one cornerback in the nation. And y'all know me. Y'all know I don't like to really, I don't like to put all that pressure on high school kids because I just, they got to go to the next level. But, okay, all the pundits that say the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, and so on, this kid checks all the boxes. He is all that in a bag of chips. I'm not taking anything away from the other kids that are the top 5 in the class, top 10. But I must admit, I understand why this kid has been solidified in what people that watch video of this kid say. He's the number one. So yours truly, Coach Bull Jones, man that plays only press man and off man. No zone for me. I'm going to tell you why this kid is the cornerback terminator for the 2023 class. Here we go. First thing about this kid. Listen, 6'1.5", 165 pounds. He might look a little frail, but, he's not frail, sports fans. He's long. He's extremely twitchy, but twitchy is a corny word. It doesn't say enough about him. There's a toughness about him that I love. He has a defender's radius. That's what I like to call it for cornerbacks, as far as long arms, slender build, but being able to cover with his arms and his body a radius that is more attractive to kids that coaches love to play press man, off man. His ability to reach out to a ball and defend the ball puts him in a special place that other kids, even though they might be faster, and I'm not saying this kid isn't fast because he is fast, but guess what? He's got game speed fast. I don't know where he is if you just take him to a combine and tell him to run a 40. Every high school kid that comes out and wants to go into collegiate football, they go to a combine, they all say the same thing. They run a 4.4. Sports fans, he probably is going to be timed at a 4.4, high 4.4, but his game speed is more along sub 4.3. Yes, I said that. Okay, his ability to hit another gear is one of the things that makes him extremely special. Okay, let me give you another thing that he does well. Attacks the football. When I talk about attacking the football, I'm talking about running his hands through the receiver's hands in order to defend the football. And he understands the proper place to get with that attack. It's not to the ball, it's to the hand. That's one of those teaching points. A lot of young coaches, I'm going to give it to you. This one's free, okay? It's through the hands, not where the ball is coming to. It's through the receiver's hands. They hate it, I promise you. They get all fancy and cute, and they get all spat it up, but they don't want you to touch him. That's why they learn all of those little wiggle moves off the line and the cute stuff and, fake. And, I look silly doing it because I'm a little short and stout, but that's okay. Y'all know what I'm saying, because that's when you punch in these top receivers in your social media platforms and places to look, you see these kids running these routes against air or in front of somebody, but it's usually a 7-on-7, 1-on-1 thing. You don't see it in a game like that. I'll come back to that later. Okay, but this kid I'm talking about, Cormani McClain, he has the ability to do something that a lot of kids are not familiar with. All right, a lot of kids are not comfortable doing, and it's something that I refer to as the tap dance. Well, what is the tap dance? Well, when you impress man coverage, that guy gives all his little funky moves off the line, that receiver, and that defensive back has to be able to move, that cornerback has to be able to move those feet, and he has to be able to move their feet. Too many cornerbacks bail. They get the heck out of Dodge. They get nervous. They panic. All they want to do is mold a mirror. Look, all you DB guys that love that, cornerback guys love that. Listen, I'm talking about getting in somebody's face and stopping them from going vertical. Okay, because the receivers want you to back up. So this kid, McClain, does a great job of tap dancing the feet to buzz, but not create depth and back out of there or get the heck out of Dodge, we call it, the defensive gurus. He stays there and he battles with his feet and he's tapped. And it's not the first two steps, it's the third step, because at that point, usually there is a left or right angle that the receiver's going, and he has to be able to engage and run. Okay, so his ability to pick those feet up, put them back down, pick them up, put them back down, going left or right, that is what makes him better than all of the kids I've had a chance to watch. Okay, pretty feet doesn't say enough. Pretty feet, back pedal, yes. He's been taught well. Whoever taught him how to do it, and his ability to learn on the run with being able to back pedal properly and flip his hips, he's got all that. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being able to get in a press coverage technique in front of a receiver. And when he starts wiggling that line, you're able to not panic and be able to keep him. Even if he goes lateral, you can still run with him. Because a lot of times that's when cornerbacks lose the receiver. Now, what's so important about that? Being able to not feel stress when the receiver does make his move. Here's another point. He does a great job of following hips. He's got what I call soft eyes. Soft eyes. Where you get that from, Coach Bull? That's my saying. He's got soft eyes, meaning he puts eye discipline on if he's in the off man technique, his ability to see the quarterback, but when he's a press technique, his ability to watch those hips of the receiver. Okay, follow. I call it soft hips. Why do I call it soft? So that you don't get in a trance watching the hips, and then as soon as he gives you a move, you get faked out and you're out of phase. He doesn't get it out of phase. He does a great job of following hips and the innate ability to be able to flip his eyes to the quarterback when he notices the receiver is coming looking for the ball. That's special. There are a lot of great players in high school football. Only the great ones, only the special ones can do just that. Okay, he can turn, look at the ball, face his man. He can either look at him when he comes off the line and stay in phase with him, watch his hips. When the receiver's hands go up, his hands go up, or guess what he can do? He also can turn his back to the receiver, something that I just don't like. It just drives me crazy. But he does a great job of feeling the receiver, flips his hips flips his eyes and his head immediately to track ball and not get out of phase with the receiver. Sports fans, that's magical. A lot of kids can't do that. And a lot of fast kids can't do that. Kids that can run panic. And then last but not least, his ability to jump, track ball, jump, defend the ball, one hand or two hands. And it's fluid, okay? There's no stress. There's no panic. I said this on another show. A lot of fast kids can't jump. And a lot of kids that can jump aren't fast. Okay, but when you're in this game long enough, you're able to differentiate between the two, and that's what makes him a great cornerback. He is a terminator. He shuts it down. And heaven forbid you throw a ball in front of him. He can play off man. I think he's scarier to me when he's in off man coverage. And then if you throw a quick ball on him, he has the ability to come downhill, transition downhill, plant. It's not a T-step. You call it T-step, bicycle. He doesn't do bicycle. He T-stepping, but it's beautiful because he makes it all look the same, comes downhill, and he either intercepts the pass or he runs through the hands. Hey, listen, that just, y'all can tell I'm getting worked up talking about it because those are the special things us defensive guru guys like to see. Now, here's something that he does that I totally don't agree with, but he does it so well. This is what makes him the best. He's able to side shuffle in zone coverage or off man. That means his butt's to the sidelines. He's shuffling, not hopping, but shuffling, which means he's able to laterally, get vertical, and his butt is turned to the sideline. He's looking at the quarterback as well as keeping an eye on the receiver. Well, you only got two eyes. He's able to do both, sports fans. He is the Terminator. He is the best coming out of high school football in the 2023 class. I usually don't give kids that because it's too much pressure. You never know who they play against. You never know where they're, what region, type of competition they face. You never know. So it's hard to say who's the best. Oh, and I can't leave the show without just saying this. He can do press man with one hand or two hands. Doesn't matter. See, I'm old school. I love the two man. I love to take him to the sidelines. And guess what? He does that to a whole bunch of receivers. He literally takes them. His striking point is at the right place. He gets both hands on them. You have to be good to get both hands on a receiver and take him into the sideline, lay him next to the Gatorade cooler. Yeah, that's a Terminator. He's shutting everything down. That side of the field, it's not going to happen on him. He's special. He's magic. It's hard for me to give somebody that. But this young man does off-man coverage. He does press-man coverage. He does one-hand press-man jam. He does two hands. Yeah, I said it, Route King. Hope you hear this video. Route King down in Atlanta, Georgia, one of the best route teaching coaches in the nation. I'm going to say it. I said it on my show. That's right. But he's down in ATL, Hilton Route King. They call him the Route King, Alexander. Yes, he does that. He shuffles. He shuffles with his butt to the sideline. Oh, man, that's that corny stuff. Some coach, DB coach, maybe taught him that maybe he didn't have the skills to be able to square up and backpedal and flip the hips. But nevertheless, this kid does it well. And I got to give him credit for that. Kudos to him. All right. Oh, and by the way, he's a hell of a tackler. Runs through people. And I love his confidence and his swag. Not taking anything away from the other defensive back, top cornerbacks in the nation. But I just wanted to give you why I think this kid puts it all together. Why he's the man, why he's the Terminator. That's right. I called him that for the high school level. So sports fans, I appreciate you watching. It's up to Bama, Miami, University of Florida. One of those three schools going to get them. Whoever gets them, they got the cornerback Terminator. Hey, if you enjoyed the show, please make sure that you subscribe, leave a comment. Once again, thank you. Sarah Martin, Nick Green down there in Destin, Florida, and Simona, Mermaid's Place in Georgia Airbnb. Thank you all for watching Coach One Sports with yours truly, Coach Kevin Bull Jones. We'll holler at you later.